Okay, Tuesday morning in the kingdom, and it's Happy Canada Day, but we're not celebrating it up here in WHO-ville because of the fires. Yes, the XY forest fires just south of town, and it's supposed to be windy today, so I haven't untangled the flags. Yeah, see, it's already windy. Unreal. And I got my booby flags on. Look at that, eh? Oh, Austin Powers. Remember those bots with the booby guns? Yes, that was a good film, and he was Canadian too. All right, so last night we had the big black clouds over here. We were rushing to get everything done, thinking we're going to get the thunderstorm and lightning of this century, but nothing. Lame ass, nothing. I went to bed at midnight. It was clear, sunny skies, yes. And also, too, my computer acted up last night, and 6 hours of my life well wasted, like the day I said I do. Unreal. Barely got the video loaded up. All right, so Happy Canada Day. We woke up to plus 11 Celsius, but on the yo-yo, no, plus 11 Celsius, no idea what it feels like. It's warm out here. The sun is beating on my face. And on the yo-yo scale, plus 52 Fahrenheit. Yes, we have the D6 cats are 52 or 51, somewhere in there, 1951, 52. All right. Dumb computer last night, 6 hours. Happy Canada Day. Look at my notes. Yes, these gray papers are nice. They could be yellow. I don't know. All right, let's scroll this way to see what we're doing today. We got some sunshine, clear skies, but we're going to get nasty today. We had a lightning strike south of WHO-ville, so there's another fire. Ooh, look at those booby flags go. Yeah, it's just like riding my bike like Pee Wee Herman. Yes. All right, a little bit more. The sun is over there. And we are getting into the long days, yes. June 21st or whatever, the 20th is not the longest day. We always figure July 4th to the 5th, somewhere in there, that's when it's the most daylight. Yes, we know that because we're trying to sleep and we have no curtains in the bedroom. That way the ladies can see the great outdoors. Well, how would you say, enjoy themselves. Yes, all right, a little bit more. We're going to work on the power source today. Yesterday I was calling it the power unit, and then the staff was calling it the power source, which is true because it's a source of power, not the power unit. Yes, a little bit more. All right, we're right back where we are. I got the burps, the sun's in my eyes, and it's windy. All right, let's get to work. Here comes the boss.
Tuesday morning in WHO-ville. It's almost 10 a.m. and I'm just getting ready to head over to the kingdom. As you can see, it is already pretty windy out here right now, which isn't good. That means those fires are going to start waking up pretty soon. So let's head over to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to. Also, Happy Canada Day to everybody out there. Just after 10 a.m. and I made it to the kingdom. Looks like my dad's going to be working on the power source today, so I'll head back into WHO-ville and do my morning routine. As you can see from the wind, it's blowing right towards WHO-ville, and it's supposed to get extra windy here today. At least the sun is not out, or else it'd be hot right now. Let's head back into WHO-ville and see what's happening. 11 a.m. and I'm just getting ready to head up to the mine site to see how the fire's doing. The wind is picking up, so I want to see if that fire's moved at all, so let's head on over. It is pretty windy out here right now, so I won't be talking much when I'm up there. 11:30 and I just got back from up on the mine site. I did a little video for you guys, but I couldn't talk up there. That fire is a new one that started by lightning 2 days ago, and it is pushing its way, I want to say southish, but directly into our hydro lines that come into WHO-ville from the dam where we get our hydro just south, which isn't good. Last thing we need is for that fire to come up and hit our hydro lines, and then we'll have no hydro for a while. That would be a mandatory evacuation since there won't be any power here. Hopefully it doesn't get to that.
Okay, after morning coffee in the kingdom, and it's nasty out there. Look at those flags go. Look at the skies. It's just cold and icky. Yes, a couple of days ago we had the AC going in the house and we were roasting and sweating. Now look at it. It's just chilly willy. But that's okay. We can make the side panels for here, the angle iron frames for the screens. We have everything cut and laid out here. That's the joys of bed frames. Yes, bed frames. Reuse, repurpose, recycle one more time. All right, let's get to work before the boss comes along. Okay, the weather's not improving any, but we're hiding in the shop. Yes, hiding. Yes. So over here we have a little work table set up. And also too, I have 12 years of schooling does not mean I got grade 12. So anything with degrees, angles, and philosophies fascinates me. Yes. So what are the odds of cutting these at the right angles? The only way I can do it is to lay it out as if this is the way it is. Then I use my trusty 3-in-1 square mabob thing, because we know one side's 90 degrees and the other side's 45. Put it on like that and trace the line, and then use the chop saw to cut it. So now I know for sure that this will line up. Yes. And we're picking nothing but the finest bed frames. Everybody else throws it out. It's scrap metal, but it's not. Just look at this beautiful material we got here. We can make more projects, and even this here with a little lip, ooh, a little bent, we can flatten that out. But that's the thing is, we reuse, repurpose, recycle to get it done, because there's no way we could afford new material, because we live at the end of the world and I'm retired. Okay, lunchtime in the kingdom, and I got 3 frames made up. Yes, there's 2 here, 1 outside already. Yes, and we got the new hinges for the door ready to go. All right, let's see what we're doing outside. Okay, we had to do those frames inside the shop because it was nasty out here and drizzly. All right, so we're going to put this in the roof. We even drilled a hole. I don't know if we can see it here, Les Nessman. Yes, right there. There's a hole. Can you see that, Les Nessman? Right up there. Okay, what am I going to do? Bang my head. That's all I'm going to do. So also too, this was a transformer box. These are the lift lugs. All right, all we have to do is take the plasma cutter, the Pro Point 38 Plus, trim this back. Then the chains or the hooks can go in, or we can just do it like that or something. So if I was to hang this down inside, I'd be banging my head, create my own problems like when I said I do. All right, let's go see if we can burn some lunch in the microwave and then get back out here. We'll do some welding on that mesh, weld the frames on, and then this unit is sealed up. We'll get some more plywood out so we can cut it crooked so it fits nicely in the little slides. This project's going very well considering the weather, and the flags are blowing in the wrong direction for the fire not to miss WHO-ville. Oh well.
1:30, and I just came to the kingdom to drop off the dog meat and see what my dad was up to. He is still working on the power source. Hopefully we'll get it going by the end of the day. He's putting the hinges on for the doors and a few other modifications. So hopefully the door will open now. Almost 2 p.m. and I just made it back from the kingdom. I stopped up on the mine site before coming home and did a little video of the fire for you guys. It is still moving pretty fast and far. They have crews out there right now, and they're supposed to be bringing in a water bomber, so hopefully they can get it under control before it hits our hydro line that goes down to the dam. It is right in that bush as well, and with this wind, it's heading straight forward. Now let's head inside and let the dogs out and see what happens this afternoon.
Okay, coffee time in the kingdom, and the wind is unreal and it's blowing in the wrong direction. Yes, the wrong direction. Okay, so over here, we've been putting steel doors or making doors on the ends of tanks for a long time. So the first thing you do is you cut this side, cut it wide, weld the hinge on, then cut the rest out. Same as we did over here. Yes, we have to make our own hinges over here. I forget why, but we always start with the hinge side and then we continue on from there. Okay, I'm now in front of the shop, hiding behind the door to block the wind so we can record. All right, we did some welding on the roof. There was a little weld there we had to redo because we used that 6010 or 6011. And this here, we replaced those weld-on hinges with these other hinges. Okay, this door is funky. Yes, funky music. So I did the same thing. We cut it, everything. But going for these flat hinges worked out better. You can see this door has wowed. But then again, that material might be under stress because I think we got this box in 1996 when we arrived in WHO-ville and tearing down Fox Mine. I think this is from there. So probably had 25 years of abuse bouncing around in the yard as scrap metal. And then we decided to make it the power source. So the door is not quite fitting. But that's okay because we don't have to really seal it to keep the weather out because we want ventilation or air movement inside. Yes. So I think we just weld the handle on over here for a door latch and then close this in here because we don't need a peekaboo hole. Yes. Yes, a peeping Tom hole. Yes, peek in there to see the motor running. Yeah. All right, let's continue the quest. Oh, after coffee, we'll start welding the frames on. We got the frames for this side. We welded all the grate on. And over here, we have all the welding done here. So there's the slide things. The welds are done up here. We plasma cut out for the chain thing here. Can we see that, Les Nesbitt? Oh, peeky boo. There we go. All right, let's continue the quest.
4 p.m. and I just came to the kingdom to see what my dad was up to. Looks like he got the hinges on the door and even a little latch on the front there. That way we can lock it. Opens all the way as well, which is good. And the door still lines up. Now he's going to do a few more modifications and some welding. Then I'll come back in an hour and we'll attempt to start it for the first time in 5 years.
Okay, it's just about 5 o'clock. The staff will be back. We get to get some plywood. So we got the channel irons or the angle iron on the bottom there, and we welded up the little peekaboo hole down here. Yes, we have those round pieces cut from before, and we got the slide rails over here onto this. This is looking good. So let's quickly get some plywood cut, and then tonight we can seal it up and not have to worry. It might rain. I doubt it.
5 p.m. and I just made it back to the kingdom. Looks like my dad is officially done doing the modifications and all the welding on the power source. So now we'll try and start it up for the first time in 5 years. Just got all the batteries in. We're going to use these two non-good ones that don't hold the charge to see if they will charge up. And then we have a battery right here that we'll put in on top to get it started. Hopefully this thing starts. We already put some oil in it, put some fuel in it as well, made sure everything is good. So let's see if it runs. Moment of truth, let's see if it'll start up. I'll walk over and show you guys the controls.
Where's the key? Where's the key, Yogi?
We had one master switch on there, and I need the other one for in there.
That's a different style. Oh well.
We have found the key. Now we're going to put it in and see if it starts up. Oh, there's lights. Not sure if you can see the light there. On. 5:30 and the thing started up, no problem. Now my dad can do his video on it since he knows more about it than I do. I'll head back into WHO-ville and make my supper.
Okay, I'm over on the front of these bison trailers, which had the heat units way up there. Yes, way up there, just like the friendly giant. Look, way up there. So you figure out how many feet it is up there, and then you come down here, and then the fuel tank is back here. Yeah, it's back behind the legs. Let's see if we can walk in here. It's going to get dark. Don't get scared. But here's where the fuel tanks were mounted, right in here. Okay? Oh my, we got some echo-ness. All right, let's go over to the unit, which is over there running, and we'll do some explaining. That's why I can remember. Okay, we're back over at the power source, and we copied everything from the control box. It would be mounted down so the driver could see it. So here's some of the aluminum right here. This is part of the aluminum thing. All right, so we have the same hour meter. That's for the fuel pump we're figuring out. I wished I'd mark it, but the file folder for this unit is well packed away in the black shed. So we have the high idle. That is designed to blow the heat to the back of the trailer, because you got to remember, you're blowing 53 feet back. Okay, on, off, start, the glow plugs, everything we have is the master switch. This is where the exhaust was originally. Okay, so we kept it there. So basically we got it in. So it's amazing how much this little turbine thingy, whatever you want to call it, puts out, because it blows, and it's blowing to the back of the trailer 53 feet. So that's why we left it. We made this as a heat unit and charging unit, so we got to charge everything up. That is why we chose this transformer pack, or this box, so we could, how would you say, have ventilation. All right, let's keep walking. So I was totally surprised that this thing started. Okay, I figured we'd have to bleed this fuel system. So there's the original tank that was down by the landing legs. There's the fuel pump. It was actually mounted here, somewhere here. So everything is exactly the way it was, because the white frame here is actually the heat unit. We took the doors off. We cut it open more so we could have access. So there's the fuel filter way up there. Yeah, on top of the motor, and then the motor's down here. So the motor heats up the antifreeze, it goes through there to the heat exchanger, and then that fan blows it to the back of the trailer. So we kept everything the same. You can kind of see it here. And all we want to do is charge batteries, because if we're doing a water salvage, the electric winches are killing the batteries. So that's why these ones are here, and they're just quick coupled in, or how would you say, clamped on, because all we want to do is charge the battery up and change it out for the next one on the winch. Plus we want to dry our clothes, our gloves, everything like that. So that's how it came about, and it kind of works pretty good. But I'm totally impressed that it started right off the bat. That was a shocker, just like an all-night rocker. Okay, I'm back inside the power source box. This is the thumper. That's the high idle. When you use a solenoid thingy, so when you click it, it pushes it, I think it is, or sucks it in. You can adjust the RPM to what you want, because we don't need this thing running that fast, okay? So I took the multimeter thingy bob. When it was in full throttle with high idle, or whatever they call it, we were getting 14 something over here and 1387 or something here. When I kicked it down to low idle, we dropped to 1377, so we lost 10 on the thing. So if we bumped it up, figure out how to change out the idle. So fast idle is not really that fast, because all we want to do is charge batteries. We don't need it screaming for mercy. Not like a Detroit in the screaming Ford, that 871 Detroit that has to scream for mercy, for heat, and for charging. I'm very pleased how this turned out. Spent the day welding, getting it all sealed up. Very pleased. So tomorrow we can finish off the loose ends. We got the panels to seal it, and this is working out good. I'm very pleased, very pleased.
Made it back from the kingdom and put the quad away. Now I'll head inside and let the dogs out. Then I can make supper and end my day.
Okay, we're done for the day. We're going to walk the dogs, and we're going to let that power source run. Yes, and then tomorrow we can figure out how to say lower the full throttle, so we don't need it that fast. We just need it fast enough to charge batteries. That's all we need. All right, and we're not sure what's going on with the forest fires or anything like that, but it was way too windy today, so we're probably living in fear, which is correct. All right, we had a good day, very productive day, just like yesterday. Now I'll go in and fight with the computer for 6 hours to make a video and load it up. That is so stressful, and I can't even drink. Unreal. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some 7-Up, and make a video, fight with the computer, and we'll talk to you later.